Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be continuing our series on things you need to know. The weapon for today's series is the brand new SMG this season, the USS9. The USS9, also known as the Uzi, holds about 32 rounds in the magazine by default and can be increased by adding new attachments. The weapon is fairly good. As you can see, the damage profile goes as follows. For headshot, it's a 51, chest 37, the torso 34, arms 37, and legs 34 as well. By the way, these are the raw damage profile of the weapon without any gunsmith. For a weapon of high damage profile, the recoil is very low. It is basically a brand new OP weapon CODM has released. As you can see, if you start to play with it for a little bit, you'll get the recoil pattern ASAP. And the recoil is fairly low as well. Even on 20 meters, I'm able to hit most of the shots at the perfect spot. Being a submachine gun with such a high caliber of damage, I can already see this weapon being used more than the previous metas we got. Now here we have the Gunsmith build. This is the best Gunsmith build so far, and the only two changes here are the headshot increase from 51 to 54 and the torso being same damage as the chest, 37. And that was it for the damage profile, and now moving on to the real ranked matches, and let's see how it performs. Being a two-shot weapon, many people may think that it's overpowered, but as we know, the BP50 and MG40 were literally the definition of overpowered. This weapon just basically feels strong. Alright, it doesn't feel overpowered that much, but it feels strong. Like, I hope you get what I mean, because there's a difference between having a strong weapon and an overpowered weapon. And I can definitely see this falling in the strong category. Now, you may think, why am I saying this is a strong weapon instead of an overpowered weapon? Well, here are my points. First off, the weapon, I agree it is a two-shot weapon, but it is mainly a three-shot weapon if you do not manage to get the headshot. Secondly, the rate of fire isn't that high. The rate of fire is fairly balanced out, so it basically is the main reason why the weapon feels strong instead of the overpowerness. And if you compare it with the MG42 and the BP50 meta, I would really appreciate this one more than that. Man, was that hell. I'm definitely going to go ahead and say that this weapon is obviously going to be in the top 10, if not the top 3 as well. The weapon is fairly strong, it has low recoil, and for some reason its hip fire accuracy is really good. Yeah, like you can really hip fire even from mid-range and you may hit some shots and even kill the enemy. Yeah, try it for yourself. It really works in the hip fire as well. This weapon's slow rate of fire may get you outplayed by the enemies which are using the BP50 and the MG42. So if any of your enemies are using those weapons, you may want to watch out for that. This gun is capable of outplaying many of the popular assault rifles in the current season. Yeah, I'm talking about DRH, the HVK. This weapon is standing out with those two. The weapon being SMG, it is able to outplay assault rifles is really a big thing for its own. Given the weapon's mobility, it is basically one of the strongest weapons we have in the current meta. Now for the final pros and cons. Pros: high damage, low recoil, good mobility, and good range. For the cons, we only have the low rate of fire, but it balances out the weapon pretty evenly. I've also put a comparison chart of this weapon with the popular SMG choice Fennec, as you can see on the screen right now. For the Gunsmith, we are going to be using the monolithic suppressor. It does not only silences the weapon, but also increases damage range by 25%. Next, we're going to use the FSS Carbine Pro. It increases the bullet speed and the damage range, and also reduces the recoil both horizontal and vertical. We also have to use the .41 AE 32 round magazine, as this is the magazine that increases the body hit multiplier. Next, we have used the granulated grip tape, and for the final part, we are using the MIP laser 5MW. So this was the Gunsmith, and you can see the attributes on the screen right now. Okay, now let's talk about the perks. For the red perk, I've chosen the Skulker as it increases my movement by 12% while walking or crouching. Next, for the green perk, I've used Quick Fix as you are going to be using this gun in close combats, and Quick Fix is really a good option there. And for the blue perk, I'm choosing the Hardline, but for the blue perk, you can choose any of your choice. Alright, taking a look at what the other weapon I used, I basically used a spear to run around and stuff. But secondary is basically upon you, any of your choice. Then for the user skill or the operator skill, I used the War Machine as it is one of the best in the rank. So War Machine is really helpful there. And yes, this was basically the video for the USS9. I hope you enjoyed and learned something new. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.